Hey techies, welcome to Elephant Code. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You're watching a video from the PySpark playlist. So let's begin.
Welcome to the first part of the PySpark series. So here we will try to convert the Spark RDD list and pandas data frame to PySpark data frame. So, to convert any basic structure like existing RDD or list or dictionary to PySpark data frame, we need to do some initial work, which is like creating the Spark session, which will be used with the help of create data frame method to convert any basic structure to Spark data frame. So this step would be first importing all the necessary libraries and thereafter creating the Spark session and use that Spark session object to create the data frame. So these are the basic steps to create the Spark data frame. So let us go to the code window. Uh, Okay, so here I have one folder Spark class under which I have two different file. One is to create a Spark session, and the other one is having a logic to create a data frame from basic structure. Okay, so let us open this and write some code to create the Spark session. So here what we can do, I mean the Spark session is existing in PySpark SQL library. So we will from the PySpark SQL library we will import Spark session, and thereafter we also need to find our installation of PySpark in the machine. So for that we have one library find Spark, and we need to initialize this find Spark library. So this is done. Now we will be creating a Spark session object. Spark equal to, so we can do Spark session dot builder dot master. So here we will be giving our cluster name, since we are working on our standalone PC, so I can give it like local, and then my app name, so I can give first Spark program, um, and then I'll say that you go and create this session object. Okay, now for the RDD we will be using Spark context. So Spark context can be initialized with the help of Spark session dot Spark context. Okay, so this is how we need to do it. So this file is ready, and this file we will be importing it to the main logical file where we will try to create the data frame. Okay, so now here I'll do import. Now this is consisting of where it is a Spark class. Okay, so what I can do, I can write import Spark class dot my module name, which is Spark session. This I'll say that inform from this import all, in the sense these two things, which is Spark and Spark context. Okay, so this is all which we need to do. Okay, now what we can do, we can make a class like create Spark data frame. Okay, so here what we can do, we can create define a constructor init. Okay, and we'll say that this is the data which I want to convert it to Spark data frame. So Spark dot data equal to data. So this data we can take it from the constructor. Okay, then I'll say that def uh, get Spark data frame from basic data, basic data. It became very big name, but which is fine. Okay, now here what I will be writing. So I want to convert this data into Spark data frame. Okay, so what I can do is df, which is nothing but Spark data frame equal to, I have this Spark session object already created, which is coming from this particular module. So I'll use that and say create data frame, and I'll just pass self dot data. Okay, so this is what we need to do it. Okay, now I'll just write a kind of small main. Mm, is equal to Mm, 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 mm. So I'm just writing a small to see whether I'm able to go inside the main or not. So for the first time we are doing, so it is taking a little time, but it is fine. Yeah, so I'm able to go inside this. So what I can do, I will create a object and pass a list of dictionary to this class. Okay, so let me create an object create data frame equal to create. Okay, it should be CREATE. Okay, create a data frame, and here I need to pass the data. So I already have the data created. So I can take this list of dictionaries and then I use it here. Okay, so this is nothing but if you see, there's a key value pair dictionaries which are acting as a item in the dictionary list. Okay, so what I can do, I can pass this here. Okay, and thereafter I'll call this object create data frame dot get. Okay, so what it will do, it will take this, I mean, while creating this particular object for this particular class, they are sending this dictionary list as a parameter. Okay, now this parameter will go to the constructor and it will initialize the value of self.data. Okay, now this self.data will be accessible to all the class methods. I mean, all the instance method which are defined inside the class. Okay, so this is also one of the instance method. So when we are trying to call that instance method, so what will happen that it will access all the this instance variable which are declared inside the constructor. Okay, so here what we have done, we have used this object which we have imported it from the Spark session context file and use the method create data frame and pass this particular data. Okay, so now I should be able to get the result after calling this, because we also need to return that, return df. Okay, so here I will be taking as df equal to this, and then I'll say that df dot show. Okay, so let us run this. Okay, so here you can see our Spark data frame is already created, and it also print out the data. Okay, so if I want to see, let's say, what is the schema of this data frame, so I can just say print schema. Okay. So schema will be telling you the columns which are being used in this data frame along with its data type. So here you see that amount, code type, and validity. These are the four different columns which we have in our data frame with different data type like double, long string, and boolean. Okay, so this is how we can have Spark data frame created from the dictionary. Okay, now let us add one more method, get Spark data frame from RDD. Okay, so we don't have at present RDD created. Okay, so what we can do, or first we will be creating an RDD, and thereafter we'll convert that RDD into Spark data frame. Okay, so this is what we will be doing. Okay, for creating the Spark RDD, what we will be needing, we will need a Spark context. Okay, so what we can do, Spark context dot parallelize, and then I need to send this data. Okay, so this will create a Spark RDD. Spark RDD. Okay, now thereafter what we can do, again we take just a minute. Okay, so here again we can say data frame equal to, okay, Spark dot create data frame, and then here here if you see, I mean it is also taking the RDD as your data. So what I can do, I can just pass Spark underscore RDD. Okay, and then I will say return df. Okay, now here I can do one thing. I mean, see, look, I can give a kind of little documentation, data frame from static dictionary, and here I can give a documentation like print plus n data frame from Spark RDD. Okay, so here what we can do, we can use the same object obj create data frame dot get from RDD. Okay, so this is what we can do, and we'll try to return it here and print data frame. Okay, let us run and see whether we are getting the on. So data frame from the static dictionary. Okay, and now data frame. Okay, so we need to put the show also. Df dot show. Okay, df dot print schema. Okay, so here we have the data frame created from the RDD. Okay, so this is how you can create data frame either using this Spark with Dixon with I mean with Spark session, and from the list of dictionary first converted to the Spark data frame, and in the second part first it was converted into the Spark RDD, and from Spark RDD we converted it to Spark data frame. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Okay, now there's one more thing which is from a list of tuple. Okay, so in the second part we will see how we can create a Spark data frame using tuple and using pandas data frame. So for now, thank you.
Quiz 1. Elephant quiz of the day. What is PySpark data frame primarily used for? Option A, running machine learning algorithms. Option B, storing and manipulating structured data. Option C, real time data streaming. Option D, managing unstructured data. Do reply your answer in the comment section below. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe Elephant Code for future updates.